Welcome to my latest video. This video is a review and opening of a train pack. For those who don't know, a train pack is a model railway set with a locomotive and some coaches. This one is Hornby's R2985, the Duchess at Carlisle, which includes a Coronation class steam locomotive, the Duchess of Sutherland, and 3 LMS coaches. And this is a limited edition pack called from the Barry J. Freeman collection. It includes a couple of special items. Some background: the Coronation class were all London Midland and Scottish Railway engines, passenger express locos designed by William Stanier, and some of them had streamlining in the early days, but all of it later removed because it didn't improve performance. They were very powerful, the most powerful steam passenger locomotives ever built, with an estimated horsepower of 3,300, which made them more powerful than most diesels that are currently in operation today. This particular one, the Duchess of Sutherland, number 6233, was built in 1938 at Crewe. It's in preservation, it's still operating in various different liveries. Got some photos here. This one from 2010 when it was in black, one here from 2012 when it was in Brunswick green, and this one here when it is in its maroon livery, which is the one that this model is showing. Something else that inspired me to buy this train pack was a magazine cover I found when we moved house. This was from my childhood magazine called Insight, which was a weekly technology magazine. It cost the expensive sum of 60p. You should get this weekly. This cover, this must be from about 1982, 3, something like that. Shows Hornby's original Duchess of Sutherland with some drawings. I presume they're the drawings from the actual Coronation class. And having seen that, it then got me looking at what was available, and one of the reasons that I bought this pack. Right, so let's get it open. Something that's special about this, as I said, it's a limited edition. As part of that, it's been supplied with a print, which is there, Barry J. Freeman's painting of the Duchess of Sutherland at Carlisle, leaving Carlisle, and also this limited edition certificate, which is number 92 of the edition of 1000. As usual, our instructions showing DCC chip fitting, location, how to remove the body, lubrication points, and some safety information. So I'll now take these out bit by bit. What I'll do is do the coaches first, so you can get a look at those. As usual with Hornby, there's holes in the bottom of the pack to allow you to push up the model, so you don't have to dig in. See if I can do this without knocking the camera over. Lovingly wrapped in tissue paper as always. It's great fun to unwrap these and get them out of the tissue paper. Right, this one is the third class coach, which includes the guard section. Considering this set cost, this pack costs about £160, I am quite impressed getting a good quality detailed locomotive and 3 coaches. I thought the coaches perhaps wouldn't be so highly detailed, but I was wrong. They are very beautifully detailed. You can see here the painting of the markings that's been made on it, which is very fine and highly detailed. There's detail inside of the corridor with the doors and also the seating in there. Labels on the windows, handles, pipe work on the top of the roof. We've got working buffers, and underneath highly detailed suspension, pipe work and other items fitted, which all in all makes for a very beautiful coach. So as I said, that's the third class coach with the guard section. Next one out is the third class full coach section very similar to the other one, but obviously without the guard section. Looking through the windows, you can see the dark red seats and the corridor doors. Reminds me of Harry Potter's Hogwarts Express, actually. Very similar layout, something you don't see on modern trains in standard class. Similar again, got working buffers and all the detailing, same as the previous coach. And the last of the three is the first class coach, distinguished from its colleagues by having these beautiful little curtain detailing on the window. At first glance it actually looks like fabric folded up, but it's actually just a printed panel. Don't know if you can see that in there in the detail. But it looks good from a distance, it looks really good. The writing, which has been painted on, the numbering and the logos, are very highly detailed. So detailed you can't really see it with the naked eye, but you get close up with the camera like here, you can see every little detail in there. Seating on this side is blue. I've never seen what they're like for real on the real LMS coaches. It's presumably some sort of plush fabric, but looks really nice in there. This is the locomotive's tender. Now, one thing I will show you. I am overall very pleased with this set, this train pack. But one thing that struck me straight away was the fact that the colours don't actually match. If you look here at the two maroon colours, the colouring for the tender and the locomotive is more of a purple, whereas the LMS coaches are more of a brown. They're not the same. If I can just get them together, they're not the same colour. Now presumably they were on the real locomotives and coaches. The colours actually match because it's part of the LMS livery. Why Hornby haven't got them to match, I don't know. Presumably the colour is the colour of the plastic and not a painted on finish, so it shouldn't be too difficult to make them the same. And it's let it down a little bit for me that although it's a really detailed train pack, that stands out quite blatantly as not being correct when they're together, and it's something I'm going to have to live with. The box itself shows all the coaches and locomotive all in the same livery. That appears to be a photograph and not an actual painting or drawing, so how this mistake has come about I do not know. Back to the tender. This has got all-wheel pickup for the locomotive. At the locomotive end we've got a pin system for connection and the socket in there for the electrical. And this end's got an NEM coupling, narrow coupling for the coaches. Highly detailed painted markings, you can just see them on there. Little tiny grab handles. Fitments up there, the coal. Nice detailed printing on the sides. And down here you've got the maroon and gold edging, which is really nice. Tender also comes with some extra bits. There's brake rods and some instructions about fitting those to the tender and the locomotive. There's also some brake pipes and a different size coupling. That's the brake rod detail fitted in there. It's just about visible from the side, but probably not too visible when it's going around the layout, but it adds an extra level of authenticity for those who are really concerned about such things. Squeak, squeak, squeak. And lastly, the star of the pack, the actual locomotive, Duchess of Sutherland. I'll be very careful how I handle this because there's lots of detail. It's quite heavy. It's been weighed. It's 342 grams, which gives it good traction power. Beautifully detailed. At the front I've managed to fit the brake pipe, which went in quite easily, although the one to the tender is going to need some filing down. The locomotive's got sprung buffers, which is a nice little detail to have. Same colouring as the tender, which is slightly off from the coaches as I described earlier, but it's a beautiful thing. It's lovely to see it in action. One of the features I like of this engine, probably because it's my first steam engine, is the working coupling rods that go around. It's a highly detailed model and I have to be very careful when handling it not to break off any pipes or other items. I've fitted the brake detail rods, same as the tender, on here. You can see underneath there's this front bogie here which is completely articulated, and then the drive wheels here which have some movement in them but very little, and that's probably going to cause issues going through points and tight curves. The rear wheels here have got no flange at all, so they're free to slide across the rails, which is helpful when going around corners. It's the coupling arm for the tender and the electrical connection into the tender socket. This to me seems highly precarious. I don't think it's going to take much to break any of those tiny thin wires. I'm going to run it once it's connected up. I'm not going to take the tender off again. I'm going to leave them permanently connected and leave them on the track somewhere with their own little parking space somewhere tucked away, because taking this on and off regularly is just going to break it. I can see that happening. Underneath, everything's very detailed. Lots of pipes and other fittings. Not quite sure why Hornby have the pickups on the tender and then this connection to the motor which is in the locomotive. I'm sure they could put pickups on these wheels here. A set of pickups on each wheel would mean that it's the same pickups as one of their little shunters, and they seem to run okay. It just seems an extra difficulty in connecting it and keeping them together, which seems unnecessary and runs a risk of causing damage every time you want to move the thing around.